Good boys. What's up, boys? Paulo, what's up? Johan, Sonu, what's up, brother? Kirill, what's up? Gulam, Mustafa, what's up, brother? Barry, bro. X, what's up, my man? Good shin. Good boys. And for those of you on TikTok, can you guys see the numbers here? The scale? So if I was to place an order, say here, like, can you guys see this order and the number? Someone said no, someone said yes. Some people saying no. So is it like cut off for you guys or? Yeah, YouTube should be fine. I mean, YouTube is good. Because TikTok is cropped. Yeah, I didn't realize they had Trading You Dark on phone, and it's like actually black. It looks so good. It looks, it's fine. Not the number. You guys can't see the numbers. Weird. Should be able to see the numbers. I'll just tell you guys the numbers. Yeah, brighter charts. Uh, you gotta put your brightness down if it sucks. I'm gonna be using NWOG this week, and then the I was gonna mark out the daily bullish order block, but no need because it overlaps with NWOG. So just NWOG. That's all I really need. How do you go live without getting guideline warning? I do get it sometimes. I think what you have to do is make sure you don't show the P&L. Don't really talk about like dollars and stuff. Just you know, not financial advice. All that stuff. We'll talk about buys. Don't worry. We'll talk about buys. A daily chart. How do you mark out midnight opening price when midnight is different for different times? You always mark it out in New York local time. Change your chart. Listen, there's no benefit for the chart being in your time. Change your chart to New York local time. Doesn't matter if you're in China or if you're in Finland. Your chart needs to be set to New York local time. I'm $2 away from requesting a payout. Trade one micro S&P contract. Aim for a, half a handle run. I'm confident you can find one handle on the S&P 500. You don't even need one handle, you need half a handle. So call it 3 ticks. I'm confident in you, bro. You can get 3 ticks. You ever trade pre-market? No, rarely. As in trading in North Korea? Are you trading on TopStep currently? And if so, do you fuck with them right now? Or should I avoid trading that with the firms I use? I do have TopStep accounts, but I do wish they were Lucid accounts. If I could go back and switch, I would, but I'm not gonna blow my TopStep accounts for no reason, right? So, if you're looking for a good firm that's similar to TopStep, I'd recommend Lucid. Yeah, Lucid is probably the best option if you want similar to TopStep. First 50K, zero eval today. What do you risk? 750? You can go 750. I'd say 500 is probably better. Because if you lose at 750, I mean, what do you do? Trade again, and then you're kind of cooked. You're looking to execute on ES likely. Yeah, yeah, I think we'll mess around with ES for a bit. Unless there's an actual reason to switch to NASDAQ, I'll stay on ES. Because I'm always trading ES on my live account anyway, just because the risk is better. I can like more define my risk better. I trade Lucid. They are good and payments are quick. Yeah, they have like really good payouts. I need to hop on Lucid accounts. Next time I blow an account or take a full payout, I'll be copying some Lucid accounts. Or Apex. We'll see. Maybe Apex. I mean, Apex we're going to do for sure. We'll talk about the plan. Give it like 2-3 minutes. Then we'll talk about the game plan for this today and this week. The fractal model. I don't know what that is. So no, I haven't tried it. Don't know. Electronic trading hours are regular. Should I use keep electronic trading hours on? Otherwise, you're not going to see all the information, right? If that's what you're asking me. Bias. We're going to cover bias and game plan for the week in about 2 or 3 minutes. Just waiting for more people to join, so I don't have to repeat myself. Just got a new account for 2026 best week. Congrats, brother. We sub low and lows. You think we'll continue up to reverse Asia lows? Uh, we'll talk about it. How could you follow me? Could you follow me? No. I have literally one follower. Do you really think you're that special that I'm going to follow you? I don't even know you. How are you? I'm good, brother. How are you? The one GatieTrades teach? No, I don't know his model. Yeah. Do they do 50% of profit? On I think some accounts yes, some accounts no. I'm currently using TradeScale. I'm using TradeScale copier. What's good, Dave? Salam, brother. My trade strategy what's the one conflict I can add to increase profitability? That question, man. Trade copy is good. I use that as well. I have both. I have both. I use trade copy as well. So we wait for the high to be started and then take short, or we'll cover the game plan. Let me pull up the economic calendar. Okay, listen closely. I'm gonna say this once. No repetition of the game plan. For the day and for the month. For the week, sorry. Going into this week, well, first of all, economic calendar. Let's talk about the game plan for the day and for the entire week, okay? Monday and Tuesday, safety trading protocol. We have no news. I want to be risking 1R on these days, so we're going to be half R risk the first two. So Monday, Tuesday, safety trading protocol. Wednesday's FOMC day. We're skipping the morning session, trading the afternoon. I'll be live for both, but we're focusing on the afternoon trading. Thursday and Friday is going to be regular trading protocol, the 2 days in the week in which we don't have to, de-risk, okay? That's the economic calendar outlook. Now, in terms of the actual week, we're bullish this week. Very simply put, I don't even need more than this, but dollar index is very bearish. I think the overall draw is this low on dollar index. So that being the case, S&P 500, NASDAQ, gold, YM, we're going to be bullish on all of those indices. And gold, easy target, previous day high on Friday, previous week's high here. That old gap, we can target that fill, which would be this line right here. We have the new week opening gap. We've already traded down into it. I wouldn't assume this low to be taken. We have a low in Asia. I do not expect this to be taken, that's for sure. So we're going to be looking for continuation longs today. The probabilities are on our side to continue looking for long, especially because we're higher time frame bullish. So we don't have to worry about this low, and probably not this low either. Now we could come down and take out these lows. That'd be fine. I'd still be bullish. But this low, I do not expect it to be taken. In fact, there's a really high probability chance that we don't even take this. If you guys watched my most recent TikTok, then you would know this low actually has a very low chance of being taken. Obviously, assuming we're bullish, but given that we have this much structure supporting and the higher time frame, it only makes sense that we're probably not going to take that low. So with that being said, the equal highs here, and then the previous week's high. Those are going to be our targets. I think this is Friday's high. Yeah. Those are going to be our two main targets. We're going to look for high probability longs. And like I said, if the market wants to come all the way down here, that's fine. I'll take a long from there. If the market wants to come all the way down here, that's also fine. I can take a long from there. Do I need to see that? No. We can simply look for longs from this gap. Maybe 930 will pump, and I can take a long from here, just like we did on Friday. I think that was Friday, 10 a.m. silver bullet idea. So that's the game plan. Every trade today and tomorrow will be de-risked. Wednesday will be de-risked, but we're afternoon session, so it's gonna be really good. You know, my goals for this week: cut losers, ride winners. So manage the risk well, follow the protocols, and make sure every trade follows the checklist diligently. And that's it. That's all we have to do this week, and hopefully we can have just as good as a week as last week. So I'd want to see probably like if we're gonna trade early in the session, I want to see this low get taken. We have equal lows here, so we'll just have to see. I won't even mark that out for now. We're just gonna stay on this chart. I'm most likely gonna execute S&P 500, but if I see a reason to switch, I'll simply switch. No big deal. Maybe even the YM. Who knows? Yeah. So I'll mark out the 15-minute gap that formed. That looks like this. No, I'm not gonna mark that out. It's kind of annoying. So, what penny stock should I buy? I don't know. I don't buy penny stocks. I'm bullish too. What happened to the 100 days of live streaming? Are you just gonna... Yeah, we're already at like 150, I think. So I'm just gonna keep live streaming. I don't really want to stop live streaming. I'll be honest. I kind of like the live streaming. I don't like the live streaming. That's the game plan. Same on NQ. Same analysis, no difference. Only difference is they're still London high. So just another target. Just another target. Previous day's high would be here, I think. Oh, previous week's high is this Friday's high. Interesting. I'll see what the SPY opens up at. I'm hoping we get like a new gap that looks something like this. Yeah, some new gap that looks like this, maybe. See. Can you explain what is silver bullet? Silver bullet is looking for a continuation setup between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. 3 to 4. Wait, plus yeah, plus you get somebody to 90 minutes stop out on a social live stream. I actually don't make much money from the live stream. I make like $200 a month from YouTube, uh, which is not much. People use my code. You know, it's a good exposure in that sense, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much the actual streams do. I don't know how much the streams do in terms of that. Like, I'm gonna assume that most people, like, I don't make much from my code, so maybe it'll grow. Using money to do we sell off. I'm bullish as well, but let's see. This is enough manipulation for me for the week, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm not saying it has to be. This could be low of week for me. Why yes over NQ? I've been trading yes last couple of days. Appreciate you, Alchemist. Yeah, I used to get a lot more views. I don't know. I kind of fell off. Like on TikTok, I average like 250 now. I used to average like 1,000. I don't know what happened. People like me more when I was losing, I guess. I'm calling Discord on coverage everybody. That's good, bro. That's good. All right, market open in 1 minute. So the market opens in 1 minute here. We're gonna mark out the opening range gap. And that's it. So we have all the accounts open today. We'll see what we actually end up executing. First 30 minutes could be quite sloppy because We have a pretty large expansion pre-market, so you definitely want to be cautious first 30 minutes. At least wait for the first macro, probably. But who knows? If we get a really clean setup that goes like this, right off 9:30, okay, we can maybe take an early long. Yeah, I fell off, but it's okay because it's not like it's my main goal anyways. Right, market open in 30, 15 seconds. You never fall off. No, I definitely did fall off. Was it a joke? No, no, no. It's definitely not a joke. Like I was averaging like 1,000 viewers. Now we're averaging like 200 to 300. There's our opening range gap. Let's leave it on purple annotations for today. Let's see 25 and 70. You know what? I can't do purple. Let's do black. Let's do a black dashed. I can mess with that. Okay. I want to see 9:30 go lower. We could potentially take a long. And it wasn't long ago I was getting 1,000. And before my New York trip, ever since I took my New York trip, that's when I fell off. Maybe a 30-minute gap. Yeah, right here. So that 30-minute gap will be crucial. I could look for a long in that. So we gotta take out that low. Make a lower low. Could look for a long. Small Oregon Nasdaq completely filled. SPY opens up at 691. Oh, it's a small gap too. There's previous day's high almost. So first target. 5% org delivered. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter. It's not like the more viewers, the more money I make, right? So it doesn't really matter if there's one person or 10,000. I want to see, yeah, I need to see some sell side get taken if I'm going to look for a continuation long. Previous week's high is the main target now. Yeah, that's actually funny. Ever since I went to New York, my win streak started, and that's when everyone left. Joke's on them, man. Joke's on them. Anyways, it's not even something I want to think about or focus on. We've been trading so well. Just have to keep focusing on managing risk and the trade checklist. The trade checklist. I want to see a move lower. Otherwise, I can't really take a long in this hour. So we got to come down, take the lows, at least these lows. Now I know Nasdaq did, but there's no long opportunity there. You join boot camp? Yeah, boot camp's good. Good work at boot camp. Ever since the New York trip, yeah, man, for real. ECES and not Nasdaq. I want to trade S&P. Just I've already been trading. A lot of people think I haven't been trading ES. On my live account, I've only been executing ES this entire time. Just because the risk parameters are better, I can get more contracts for the same amount of risk. So I've been trading I've been trading S&P. It's just on my on stream I've been trading the Nasdaq. On my funded accounts I've been trading the Nasdaq. So buys today. I'm personally bullish, but I do think we could potentially the fact that we haven't run in sell side, yeah, I think we could get a significant move lower, but I'm gonna fade it. Like I'm not gonna trade that. My account did a thing I can't trade CME. Yeah, you gotta go on Tradeovate and sign the agreement. Use market maker models. I don't necessarily use them, but if I mean, obviously sometimes it's just a very visual model that you can see. So sure, you know. Okay, we've taken previous day's high. We're about to take previous week's high. That's two of my targets, unfortunately. Doesn't mean I'm gonna flip my bias. I have one more target up here. We'll just see how it goes. I guess it's fair value gap. Oh, well, there's previous week's high. Nasdaq's a little bit behind. Hasn't really reached those objectives. It's fine. I mean, Nvidia stock pivoting higher. Should be. Wall high is 180. Get to 190 potentially there. Opened up. Gap on Thursday. Gap down. Filled that on Friday. Yeah, I mean everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Curious what Microsoft stock has been up to. Also, Robinhood stock. We caught a nice move on Robinhood. Been kind of moving lower ever since. So don't mind me, guys. We're looking at the stock market. We're not missing much. It's just pumping, unfortunately. No real opportunity for me. Amazon stock. Like it, I'm being honest. That could be a good buy right now, actually. Full long-term play. Too expensive. I want to Google. Apple's always a good play, bro. Even if it goes to 225, it's still a good play. Anyways, market's just kind of going up right now. Um, to get access to this money, but I opened up like a more diverse portfolio for like stock investments, not really stocks like trading. Yeah, when is this money gonna be available, bro? But they're like got my money on hold and shit. To trade? It needs time. I don't know. Mm. Yeah, so market's kind of just pumping. Um, Again, I can't really take a long here. Maybe from this 5 minute gap, it's kind of early, but a 5 minute gap to NWOG fill, I could mess with something. If we get a protraction model, assume this is 930 low, safe with the SMT, right? 5 minute gap, protraction model, NWOG high, Sunday, January 19th as a target. Kind of like a base hit kind of trade. Um, I would prefer us come all the way back down, take sell side, set the initial range, and then reverse at 10 a.m. That's what I would prefer. Yeah, I've seen silver. I've seen gold. Nothing uncalled for. Pretty predictable move. Nasdaq doesn't really have a clean for value gap as well. A clean setup, man. The 30-minute gap was clean. This just wasn't really a way to get in the trade, though. That's the only thing. Kind of just went one candle immediately. So let's see if we get this 5 minute gap. Get a protraction model out of it, perhaps. Nasdaq has the same gap, so we can get that. That's kind of just going. There's another target hit. So Nasdaq will probably rally to previous week's high. Netflix, I don't really like Netflix stock. Like it's a good long-term position, yeah, of course, but I think there's better options. Going into my stock newsletter. Um, Could be a good play. The CLS. We called this a long time ago. It's so hard to buy it right now, but 264. Like probably set an alert here. I think the stock has good potential long term, but the entry's too good right now. Top five stocks for what? Top five stocks for what? Duolingo. I don't know about Duolingo. It's not my style. Tesla's good. Tesla's a little bit too volatile for me. Tesla's a good company to invest in. I'm gonna sit here and say it doesn't meet my criteria to invest in, but I want to know is would 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 meet my criteria. Still says FTFUTU is good too. We called that one too a while ago. Oh, this could be a good play. FUTU could be a good play. Even if it drops to 140. lot of earnings are coming out soon. Anyone just gets stopped out of longs? What? How? All on a 5-minute chart? Bill, how? I don't like PayPal. PayPal. I think there's a lot better ones. Like their earnings are decent, but they're just so bad in every other category. They're in 50% debt. They're not even estimated to make that much money. They don't really do much. They have a new CEO, so maybe they'll need some time. At least the SPY option is printing. Yeah, market is going up right now. Trade because if ES took everything, I want to smash my phone. You gotta relax, brother, first of all. Second of all, ride your winners, cut your losers. I made a really good TikTok, guys, and it's talking about something I learned from a book. And it talks about how whenever someone's in a winning trade, they always become fearful that they're going to lose profits. But whenever in a losing trade, they have no problem holding the trade because they're hopeful that the trade can reverse in their favor. Isn't that funny? Like, isn't that quite funny? You're always hopeful when it's losing, but when it's winning, you're fearful that you're going to lose money. So either way, you're doing the opposite of what you need to be doing. That's literally you. It's so facts. It's actually the truth. And the entire book is talking about like how you want to do you want to do the opposite of what 90% of traders do. Every single trader becomes hopeful when they're losing. Who starts losing, like who enters a trade, it starts going against them, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna cut it. You know? Like yeah, they have a stop loss, but then they like obviously you have to balance that with greed and like conviction as well, but you want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. How high can this go? Well, we still have targets on NQ. You know what's funny, guys? I swear, I was this close to just buying in Asia and putting my stop loss at 18 because I was like, "Yo, this candle is not gonna get taken." Like, it's just such a. There's already like a 60% chance that this candle didn't get taken before even all this. Now that we have this candle is so unlikely to be swept. So like, when I was up at like 11 p.m. and I was like, I really just want to buy this, put a stop like at 50% of this wick plus one or minus one, and then just hold it. Then I was like, I want to trade New York session. So I think everyone who's trading doesn't know this, but why is it like that? I think most people don't know this. I'm actually the exact different. You want to be different. You want to be hopeful when you're winning, because that you want to be able to listen. The truth is, this is the truth, guys. If you want to be profitable, you have to have great winning days that boost your equity curve, right? You have to. You have to. You're still holding? Yeah, bro, hold it. Like you're gonna have to find a way for every now and then when there's a trend, you have to catch it. 15-minute CISD below midnight would be right here. Drop below midnight, above. It didn't really retest. I think Nasdaq retested though. Yeah, you can see Nasdaq retested pretty nicely. So as long as Nasdaq, we could still potentially get a long here if Nasdaq is previous week's high. Do you work out? Yep, I'm actually 4 weeks strong. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. For those of you that know me, I actually injured my back I wasn't even lifting heavy, bro. Like I wasn't even lifting heavy, and I hurt my back again. And it's literally like freaking paralyzing at this point. Like I'm literally gonna have to go to the gym and instead of leg day, just do freaking like back stretchers or something. It's 565 deadlift. That's pretty impressive, bro. No, it's not form. It's I have a weak ass back. Stretch. I already have a weak back. Like it's already been injured multiple times. So now it's just like it's just very vulnerable. Well, I'm still gonna do legs, but I can't do like anything that puts pressure on my my like vertebrae discs. Yeah, I have to do hyperextension. That's exactly what I have to do. Still playing basketball? No, it's been a while to be honest. I mean, I still would love to, but it's definitely connected to my hip flexors and the core is really strong if I'm being honest. But new turns of service, what's that? Try some hack squat, Gaddy. Yeah, hack squat is better. To be honest, the squats is not what hurts my back. It's any hinge movements. When I make guild do core, yeah, I can try. We're gonna watch World Cup. No, I don't care that much about soccer if I'm being honest. Weak spine doesn't even make sense. You mean muscle? Spine's just a bone, so I don't think it's my bone. I think it would be my disc bulge diagnosed with. Hyperextension. Yeah, but I mean like a body weight hyperextension. You know, that's usually what I do when I get trained. All right, I got bro Sonu. You Sour, you gotta lock in, bro, because I already showed it twice. This is your 15-minute CSD on the S&P 500. I'm gonna show you on the Nasdaq right top chart. Your 15-minute CSD. World Cup. I mean, I'll watch it on the TV, but like I don't even know what country I'd root for, bro. Like to be honest, I don't really care who wins. Canada make it in? I have no idea. GXT? No, I haven't. Hawaii University. I'll look at that, Eddie. Appreciate you. What's good, Woody? Just watch macros and kill zones. Are we in a macro right now? Yes. Go for Ireland. Best fans in the world. Oh, actually, yeah. I think I am rooting for Portugal. So if Portugal plays, I'll watch. I'm learning Portuguese right now too. Is anyone Portuguese in chat? Is anyone Portuguese? We're rooting for Portugal, guys. D. Pretty sure it's spelled SIM. This guy's fake, bro. You're gonna hit stop loss? Your brother Bruno Fernandez? I don't know who that is, bro. No, no trades yet. I mean, I'm bullish. Objectives were hit. I'm Colombian. Portugal's in the same group with Colombia. Oh shit. Gonna have to take you down, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Esto, guys, I'm not that good at Portuguese. Is my brother Alligati? They would say Alligati is my brother. Yeah. It's a Man United player. I look like him. Bruno Fernandes. All right, let's see this. Let's see this. While we wait for a potential retracement. Bruno Fernandes, Portuguese. Who said this, bro? This guy does not look anything like me. How does he look like me? We don't look anything alike. Go Portugal, bro. What? Come on, guys. Bro, what the hell? Same beard? His beard literally fully connects. How is that the same beard? Like, we don't have the same beard at all. You know what? In fact, I don't think we have one feature. Like maybe like the head, like the head is like compressed, like I guess like that. But like, okay, here you can beard's kind of similar, but his is all connected through. I don't connect mine. I don't think I can connect mine. I don't know, guys. Maybe a little, but eye shape. Yeah, that's not why someone probably said you more look like Kylian Mbappe. Bro, what the hell? Everyone's saying look up Omar Marmoush. Everyone is saying look. How do you guys know all these players, bro? All right. At least we're on the Arab side now. No, guys. Okay. Maybe in this photo, a little. No, but we are closer. I think we are. Yo, we are closer. We're closer. I'm not. We're closer than the other guy. If he had the same beard as me, we'd look a lot more the same. But I don't know. I still don't think so. What team does he play for? Definitely closer than the last person. Jalen Duran. Yeah, this Jalen Duran's a tank, bro. Balano. Okay, guys, we can't just keep looking at every single person that looks like me. Balano is James Harden. Keith Fenwa. Keith Fenwa. Yeah, guys. Yeah, this is who I look like, guys. Apparently. All right, guys. We can't keep doing this. We can't do this. We gotta lock in. Yo, Spy's going, bro. Surely my options contract is printing, right? Samsung will supply NVIDIA with HBM4 memory chips starting next month with the mass production in February. This highlights NVIDIA's strong need for advanced memory for its AI processors. I don't give a shit. Wait, 1% dividends? Hold on. If you have $100,000 in NVIDIA, they're gonna give you $1,000? If you have 100K in NVIDIA, they're gonna give you $1,000? It's pretty good. I don't have 100K in NVIDIA, but Nasdaq's gonna take previous week's high here. Yeah, I mean Nasdaq's gonna take previous week's high. Just go from there. I mean, I'm kind of just enjoying watching this go up because it means my options contract is delivering. Um, Says I got a payout approved. I don't remember requesting another payout though, so I don't know. The good news is, guys, we only need one more winning trade to get our fifth payout with Take Profit Trader, and if I'm not mistaken, that means I should be moved to a live account. And this is good news because the live account is 90% split, which means we'll make 10% more money. And okay, let me dock this. I believe this was. We can get that. I mean, that'd be great. That'd be great. I actually may need. I may need two more actually because They took so long to reply on one of them. I don't know. Who cares? We don't have to keep track. Whenever it happens, it happens. Uh, hmm. You expect? I want to take a long, brother. I'm probably gonna fade this low being taken and look for a continuation from here. Based on statistics, I mean, if we're gonna close bullish in RTH, I'm gonna probably drop that sauce. Hmm. I think the discount is 40% off Lucid. It should be 40% off Lucid. Hmm. Drop it in mentorship. Black, are you in mentorship or a boot camp? How much for a Lucid Flex? 50K. Depends on how many accounts you purchase, but like it's 40% off with my code for your first 5 purchases. So, oh, you're Julio. What's up, bro? What's the green line in the wick? Good TP for. What's the green line? This previous week's. This was previous week's high. I mean, that was my target. That was one of my targets, but it's already been taken. To use the dollar, no. But overall, dollar is bearish, so it is helping me frame my bias. Look at dollar, guys. Straight towards that low. Dollar has room for lower. And YM has room for higher, right? If I'm not mistaken. YM hasn't even taken previous day's high, so I feel like we can get a potentially nice setup still. I wouldn't short. Tradeify negotiations. Yeah, I'm affiliated with Tradeify now. I still haven't used them. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. So I still have Alpha Project X. I think they're gonna switch me to Tradeovate, which would actually be a good thing. So I want them to do that because it's easier to sync Tradeovate accounts than Project X. Lucid Pro or Flex. I like Flex. I'll use it. Code Gatie. I mean, yeah, if you use Tradeify, code Gatie. I think it's what they have 30% off right now or 40%. Model. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but if we can find a long from the 15 potentially, so bad. Like, give me at least a significant retracement. Like, I would say at least take out this low for me. I don't want to put my stop loss at a low, and then I'm the low that gets taken. You feel me? So if we can take out this low, and we get something like this, I'll long target those highs. Unless YM. Hold on. Is YM long the play here? Yo, YM long actually might be the play. If we can get a strong close on the 3 minute here, 15-minute gap, 3 minute inversion, 1 minute CISD, sub the low, SMT. The previous day high is 4R. What's the risk on that? If we do one contract, one mini contract, that's where's the risk? It's in ticks. It's fine. We haven't even inversed yet. It's 250 bucks. So we could do like 7 micros. Let's see if YM finds support inside this bullish fair value gap. I may enter with breaks above this high. I may buy that. If it respects this and displaces higher, I may buy that. Go break even here. Although that's not my style, but I kind of have to. I think the YM long could be the play. YM looks good, man. Just clean. 15-minute gap. Buy side open. Good low. Swept. I think we'll try it on YM, guys. Not too good with the risk on YM. I think this would be 750. This is paper, obviously. So if I do, we get 3-minute inversion here plus 1.448. It'd have to be this candle right here. And put a stop here. Pretty sure I can do like 5 contracts. Hold on, let me see some numbers here. Wait, did I get filled? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, not be filled. That's $900. So 3 contracts with 900, so it would be $90 with 3 micros. So we gotta do at least 5 micros. I mean, stop would be more like here. So, okay, we'll see if this candle expands. So far, it doesn't look good though. We never got the inversion. I think I may fade that trade already. Yeah, let's just fade that trade. I don't really want to trade YM2, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna just tape read the YM trade. I think it can play out, but green on Wednesdays on yeah. I mean, I average every day is green on average. Not every day is green, but I mean like every weekday. YM shorts all the time, huh? Can I order TradeZella month? Yeah, the code works on TradeZella too. 20% off. Alpha promo code Gatie. Yeah, you can use TradeZella for sure. Yeah, wine looks good, but the setup didn't form, so I think we're bullish. If we can take out this low, I can potentially look for a continuation long. Otherwise, it can get sloppy in here, so we may have to wait till 10:30 or 10:50. It's gonna be patient. It's gonna require patience if we're gonna take something. It's gonna require patience. Let's drink some water. Objective previous day higher on YM. Yes, this is ES chart. For those of you on TikTok, you can't see the full chart, but I have all three of them open. How was your weekend? Weekend was good, minus the fact that I hurt my back. Schedule's like on point though. We're getting like a clean 8 hours of sleep every day. Eating good, sleeping good, reading, gym. Only thing I haven't done is like enjoyed my time. I've been doing a lot of coding as well. Been good. So it's probably gonna get sloppy in here, guys. You can already tell the volume has died. It's gonna get sloppy. It's probably gonna get sloppy. Supplements, yeah. It sucks, bro. Injury sucks. I'm considering this YM long. I really am. You code? No. No. ChatGPT codes for me. I just run the tests. It would be a six sister approach on YM. Like it plays catch up, right? It's just not seeing the confirmation. Take a short. Plot is better. It might be, but I don't know that stuff. ChatGPT is working, so I don't want to change anything. I was last week. I wasn't able to trade because of uni. Started off tough last week, but we got it done. We got the job done. Another green week. Double statistical code. Nice to know. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff like that that you can identify. What do you code for? Trading. Backtest. Again, I want to see us take out this. Before I can do anything, we have to come down here and take out this low. Say at least. I know we're inside that 15-minute gap, but I just need a deeper retracement so there's good enough option. So maybe we can take out this low. YM as well. Target would be buy side. It's 10-10. So potentially a 10-15 setup, which is not my favorite. I prefer 10-30, but I can take it at 10-15 setup. Have you studied the Reaper? Anyone having alpha ticks issues? I mean, I'm on alpha ticks and it seems to be fine. Seems to be fine. Um, we'll be switching it to TradeAvate soon, though, or whatever new platform they roll out. TradeAvate platform is so bad. I lost 7 trades on live after passing my account, but my backtest win rate is 70%. Any suggestions? Your win rate on backtest is not really 70%. You just haven't taken enough trades. Unless you're averaging like one arm, then maybe. But it's just probably not. Like, I think what you don't realize is if your win rate was actually 70%, the average if you losing 7 trades in a row, like that's so rare. Like, so obviously the number of 70% is inaccurate, and really don't even, in my opinion, you shouldn't even like. Hold on. Let me just tell you the number. This is the most common mistake I see people have, bro. You want to know how unlikely that is? There is a 0.02% chance that you lose 7 in a row if your win rate is 70. So obviously your win rate is not actually 70. The number is flawed, right? So it's not like you're trading the exact same. There's no 2 trades that are the exact same, right? The same entry confirmation, sure, but 2 of the exact same trades, that doesn't really occur, right? Very rare, very rare. So the win rate's flawed, and I'll be honest, it's probably impossible. Not impossible. I'm not gonna say impossible, but like, there's probably no one here. Yo, YM's gonna print, bro. YM's printing. Haters. Everyone hating on YM. Yeah. Yeah, we're hating. He might be not following his model. No, it's just not the case. Like, you're not gonna make a model automatic that's 70% win rate with 1.5 R. Like, that's unrealistic. You may average that as a trader because you manage risk well, right? But it's not because your model is giving you 70% win rate, 1.5. Do you guys not realize how insane that is? 70% win rate, 1.5 R. You would be hunted down by a billionaire and just print money out the ass for him. Like, that's not your actual. It's not your model that's giving you those numbers. I'm not saying you can't get those numbers. I'm saying it's not the model. If you want 70% win rate, right, it means you're really good at managing risk and cutting losers, right? It's just the reality. Like, you're not gonna get a systematic approach to 70% win rate with 1.5 R. You would be like, if that was true, you would literally be a billionaire very easily. Like, so don't focus on the numbers so much. Focus just more on your ability to manage the trades and manage the risk. YM printed, bro. YM printed. It wasn't really the best though. There was no confirmation besides 1004. No, it's not hate. It's just people think you're overestimating the power of just the model. Like, you're not gonna find the model that just does that consistently. You can have those numbers, of course. I think anyone could have like 90% win rate. If you, I did it myself in terms of daily win percentage, but I would not short Nasdaq. Why would I short Nasdaq? I'm bullish. If you long off the IPG, you could take it here, but I don't have a clear target now that YM is. I don't know. We missed it. Like, this is a significant move that just happened. I feel like we missed it. Oh, I missed it. Getting a 70% movement is terribly hard. You definitely need discretion to reset. Yeah, you're not going to find a model that prints 70% with one arm. That's too profitable for a mechanical model that can be very easily programmed, You would be hunted. Like, if you were truly printing those numbers, you would be hunted. If you want 70% average win rate with one R, it's because you're good at fading trades that the model forms and taking ones that are good. Closing trade before SL is not very good management. That's the definition of lack of profitability. I'm going to be honest. Like, it could not be more clear to me that you're not a successful trader. I'm not even trying to hate, bro. I'm just being straight up with you. You're basically just saying you have to hold every single trade to stop loss. Come on, bro. Come on. I'm just being honest. You should be able to identify a losing trade. You should be able to identify a losing trade. The stop loss is the worst case scenario, the worst possible outcome, the maximum defined risk of your trade. That's what the stop loss is there for, to protect you if the worst thing can happen. But if you take every single trade and you wait for the worst possible case to happen, you're making profitability very difficult. Every single loss is full size. Okay, that's going to be difficult. Now your model has to carry you, and risk management will not carry you if every single loss is full. You do like what you are real, bro. Now if you close it and runs to TP, then what? It doesn't matter, because in the long run, it's still more profitable to cut your losses on average more than hold them, right? You're thinking about one trade. Oh, you take the trade, you cut it early, then it goes to TP. Okay. What about all the times you cut it and it went to stop loss and you saved yourself, right? You weigh the pros and cons. How much you made Friday? I don't know. Across all the accounts. Well, Friday was a nice win, right? You probably made a good amount on Friday. A couple thousand. How do you accept the loss and understand when you should cut it early? You have to understand, your model. That's where you have to master your model. What should you not see? What should you see? It's not that you guys are starved of attention, but her moderators. I don't understand. This month, I have 7 payouts this month so far. I need to prop besides. Oh, I guess actually 6. How many accounts you copy trading? 9. Right now, 9. How far can YM go? Previous day's high is what I like. Do you have a video on risk management? Yes, I do. Yep, I do have a video on that. 7? Well, I have Take Profit Trader and their daily payout. So every single time we took a win on stream, I basically requested a payout on Take Profit Trader. So they weren't big payouts, but except my alpha one was across 3 accounts, right? So that was a little bit bigger. I need a prop besides alpha. I'd recommend Lucid Trading. For midnight open, is the candle right? Is it? It's the opening price of the midnight candle. Why Lucid? It's pretty close to alpha. Lucid's a good firm. It's a really good firm. They're very affordable. They have 3 account types. We'll see which one works best for you. I like the flex one. The payouts are easy and they pay out very fast. OSRS total level? Oh, bro, it's pretty low. I used to play. Now I don't really play. You have a video on risk man? Yeah, I do. Still working on my first payout. Still break even since July last year, but I can feel myself breaking out. Use SMTs sometimes. You just got cooked on a short. Listen, I will be honest. There's a very low probability that we get a nice short. Like, it's pretty low probability. Do you only trade the distribution part? 9 out of 10 trades, yes. Yeah, I don't think buys are bad. I don't have a target, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't really have a target. It's that YM trade that we missed that we probably should have taken. Yeah, if a trade go green, I trail stop, but if the trade go drawdown, I'm not moving my stop, but it's rare. Yeah, I mean, that's a form of risk management too. And I'm not saying every single trade, if it goes down right away, close. Obviously, that's not good. The stop loss obviously has some sort of purpose. But let's say it goes in your favor, comes back down, starts consolidating. Okay, close the trade early. You know. No, I haven't taken a trade yet. 2023 notes? No. Sacred notes. This IPG is too far in premium for me. It would have been too far. I also don't have a target. Like the next daily high, that's pretty crazy, I think. I mean, that candle would be 126 points. So I guess it's the same as last week's. It's above the average daily range, but I guess it's possible. It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's not. Am I hiding any? No, I'm not hiding any secret entries or PD rates. I'm literally trading sometimes my live account on live stream with you guys. What could I possibly be hiding? The only thing I haven't shared with you guys are some of the statistics that I've ran in coding. I feel like it's not fair, but I always share them with you guys on live stream. If you listen when I say something like, this low is unlikely to get taken, this low is unlikely to get taken, this gap's likely to get filled, those are all statistics. I started recording your model on Ethereum views, CIC speed, include liquidity speed. Can you share those statistics too? No, I don't think I can. I've shared some of them, but I don't think I can just give it all out. But that's like real edge, Like, because what's gonna end up happening is one day I'm gonna be building models that I can just program out of those statistics. So I don't want to share those stats because someone's gonna take my idea, you know? Like that's the only reason I'm not. Like the numbers that I am sharing are pretty common knowledge. The numbers that I decide not to share are the numbers that I'm gonna use to build something that I can potentially just trade programmatically. In which case I wouldn't even share. It's not like I'm gonna build an indicator and share. Like no, this would be like a literal robot potentially that will just trade for me. Uh, you can sell the models. The models I make are just based off ICT concept. That's for free on YouTube. I would never sell those. But if I ever made my own model, I'm not telling anybody, bro. Hell no. If I made my own model, like you guys actually want to do it. Does anyone else? Maybe someone who can relate here. Maybe not from TikTok, because TikTok's. But like, does anyone ever relate? Like, you kind of want to make your own model, like your own concept. Like forget everything. Just like you show up, you're neutral. And you're like, you got to figure out a way to, you know. I want to do that shit. I want to find like my real like something random like I don't know, some shit like I don't know, a 5 minute lower low into a 50% of the range closure, like some shit like that, like my own PD rate type, like a 5 minute lower low on the next candle, and then a touch of 50% within 2.5 minutes. What's the probability that we take out that 5 minute high? And then see if that works fractally, Like some random shit like that. Like if we take a 15-minute low and then we get 50% of the range within the first half of the next. I was kind of testing out some random shit. Yeah, we should have taken the YM long was the play. I think it was gonna be the best trade of the day. Just looking at it. The SPY contract's printing though, got SPY's printing. Hold on, hold on. We must be up good. Bad call. How? We literally predicted everything. We talked about that low being safe. Talked about this low being safe. Talked about protraction from the 15. And the YM call. Perfect today. I made a new cycle based off the moon. Oh shit. What program are you using for? I'm using Python. What do you think about trade from 1013 fair value gap? Yeah, I mean it's not bad. I don't know what you're targeting. You trade options, I think, on the side, stocks and options. What you're describing is super simple. Though it's rules bit. Yeah, exactly, blah. No, exactly. No, it's not difficult. That specific one was not difficult. I just gotta test. You know, I can definitely do it. And by me, I mean AI will give me the scripts. The good news is we may not be in long, but now that I'm swinging options too, we're technically always in long. Oh shit, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because I entered the call option was Wednesday. I entered on Wednesday. I don't know what to target on this though, if I'm being honest. Already hit opening price. That's a pretty clean objective for NQ. Tuesday, January 20. Maybe one final protraction, 1030, will give it to us. 200% on Intel shorts? What? Didn't Intel pump? Did I miss something? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Hold on. I have to buy this. Let me check out the Intel stocks. Hold on, hold on. If this shit hits my criteria for a stock play, I'm buying. Once my funds get accepted, though, they're just like putting my shit on hold. Intel, NTC. Um, I don't think it meets criteria. 67. Yeah, it's too low. The earnings were too low. I need another good earnings. When's earnings? I think if we get a good earnings this time around, April 23rd, it's too low. $46 billion market cap loss. Holy shit, that's like a pretty fucking reason for this price to dump. Uh, we could go for like a really base hit 1R trade here from the 5. I probably would take the if we get an inversion long here, I'd probably take it. I'd probably take it, if I'm being honest. Especially if it forms on all of them. They all retrace into a 5-minute gap. Silver bullet trade idea. I would take an inversion and I'll just trail my stop and try to secure at least 1R. And I take it de-risked, not on my live account. Because there's a target in here. Like if we can get closure, even like here, I can take it a little bit early. We can like inverse the suspension block here. It's a premium entry, but I'm happy to take it on like on my funded accounts. Otherwise, 1050 macro. Like otherwise, what can happen? We go down, keep going, sweep. We take the long. 1050 macro. I'd prefer this scenario too, but we'll see. Potentially this fair value gap as well. Like it doesn't have to take the lows. I use Weeble for options. What do you use? Can't say. Shouldn't say. Um, shouldn't say. I have a couple platforms. If I'm being honest. Well, simple, interactive brokers. Yahoo Finance for chart data? No, no. I bought my data. It was like 400, $300 or something. I bought it from some company that sells them. Um, yeah. 1030, another 1030 play could be good too. 1030 play could be good. I think YM's already gonna touch the 1030 candle. That'd be this low here. I want to see a breakaway, so I think that's the game plan. Pretty simple. 1030 play from 1050 macro. I'll take that long. I won't share my 2023 notes. The 2023 notes are very. The reason I'm not sharing them is because it's probably gonna do more harm than good. Like you have to watch the episodes. You have to. Otherwise, you won't get the value. Took a buy and hit my stop loss at one point, then straight to TP. Then I would probably question your stop loss placement. You just have to watch it. If you want the value of 2023 ICT mentorship, you have to watch the mentorship. This low, I want to see this low get taken. I'm going to demand that this low gets taken. We could get a setup from here. I don't think I'd be able to trust that setup. Yeah, unless there's an SMT or something. So, as of right now, I want to see this low get taken. If we take that low and get a setup, I can take a long. Turkey is so good on It's so good, bro. What broker do you use for the live account? Interactive brokers. Why trading ES? I've been trading ES on my live account forever. It's just been micro. It's just been Nasdaq on the fundeds. See this gap fail, and it'll be reused. He looks clean. Yeah, perhaps. If the hard it would be SMT to the downside. I have to see this low get taken. That's all I know. If I'm gonna take a long, this low must be taken. Unless there's what potential inversions are there here? 3, 4, 2. 5. No, I don't think I could take this. It might play. Like I'm not gonna say it can't play. We can tape read it, but I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. It's not gonna take it. Tape read 1R. Y'all need to hop on Dodgy's live. Bro has not taken a trade. Zip it up when you're done, eh? Don't forget. Don't forget. Do you consider the 845 with the image as an MQ? What does it actually mean? The fair value gap? Yeah, that's valid. That was where the first long form from. Imagine going to someone else's live and being like, guys, come watch this guy's live. Hmm. Yeah, paid actor or something, bro. Would you consider the 845 fit? Yes, it is it is key. I don't have to ban him. I just thought it was funny. I don't really care. People will watch what they want to watch. If people like history more, watch history. Man. You don't have to watch. You watch what's your favorite. You know. I hope this long fails and we get something more, a little bit defined. That would be nice. If we get a protraction here and this gap holds and we get a higher high, now then maybe that setup I can take. It would look something like this. Where's that daily target? Like I could maybe do a protraction model long, but I wouldn't take this protraction. Like I need a second stage. So if the next candle breaks higher, say we get closure above 50% here, then I would take that. Pretty strong candle. Not gonna lie. Something like this. I'd have to wait for this candle to close because my stop's tight. Think about it. I'm really hesitant on this setup though because I would rather I don't know yet, but this would be a lot better. You know, just from the 30-minute gap, use the higher time frame fair value gap rather than this 1 minute. This probably will play though. I'm being honest. Even something like this. See where this candle goes. NQ is delivering. I may put a buy stop here. 5 point stop, so 500. 3 micros, yes. Put a buy stop here. Stop loss at 4.5. That should be was completely miscalculated. Do something like this. 20 contracts. I want to do how many micros do I want to do? 25, 5. Yeah, around 6 micros, I guess. 5 micros. 5 micros. I have to find support at 50% here. Wait, how many 5 micros on the it's gotta be 5 micros too. What am I doing? Little 4 micro trade. 5 micros. Maybe a 5 micro trade. To be here. I have an order for 5 micros. May cancel it very shortly though. Cancel it very shortly. And we can find support here inside this gap on NQ. And get the expansion higher here. I'll buy that. Half risk. 684. Just to be clear, we're not in the trade. I think a lot of people think we're in a trade. Otherwise, I want to see this low get taken, which is actually better for me. So this candle comes all the way up here. I'll take the trade at 684. Six, eight, 4, 2, 5. This candle would have to flip on NQ. On NQ, the entry was like around 873. Otherwise, I want to see this low get taken. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna cancel this order. I want to see low get taken now, and we'll potentially get a better long from there. I'm not entering anymore. Yes, no worry. All the funded accounts are separate, so it's micros. You just have to listen to what I'm saying, and I'll be very clear. I want to make sure my annotations are on the mini. Anyways, I'm gonna have to wait for a low to be taken. Ideally, this one right here, and then potentially 1050 macro. We can go long. Yes, I'm trading MES. Why not London low? Oh, I really don't think we're going down there. I'm copying funded. Yes, 9 of them. I think this can deliver lower here, potentially till here. I'm not going to short that because I'd rather wait for a potential long. We can tape read. Maybe 2-ish R setup. Yeah, I think the short can play out here. I'm new to AMD, but when you look at NQ from 10 to 1030, that's an example of accumulation and distribution. If you're bearish, yes. But if this is your accumulation and you're bullish, then you have to wait for manipulation and then distribution higher. That's what I'm waiting for. Short target previous decade low. Just from TikTok to YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's a lot better. You can see everything. Swept that low. I still want to see lower, but it may not. It may not go lower. I hope it does. I don't need it to, but I would prefer it. I would prefer it, but let's say we get the inverse suspension block here. I'd have to wait for a body closure. It's not a suspension block, but if we got that, yeah, I may jump in the long. May jump in the long. Maybe there's a 2-minute. Yeah. 3. Otherwise, wait for the full OB. 4.25. Still good trade. See, like if we just get one candle strong, shoots up. Whoops. We take a buy stop here, stop loss here, plus 2 ticks. Something like this. I'd rather see this low get taken though. So it looks like we may get that. Should be nice. Oh. It'll be a 1050 macro play. My favorite window. I ask myself is how much lower below this low can we go? I'd say here. It's pretty far, but I wouldn't be surprised. Possible we get there. I say that's about how much lower we can go below this low. For me, if it goes lower than that, I'd be like, it's probably a failed idea. Well, I'm looking at more of a target is that high on Nasdaq, which is a lot easier as a target. 25891. I mean, if we get a strong closure here, I would take it. It'd be better to take it on Nasdaq. Because realistically, if we're going to invalidate this, back above here, if we get a strong close on this candle, I'll enter long. Just off of this fair value gap. Worst case, I get stopped out, takes a low, take another long. And then worst case, we lose both of those. We're only down 1R. So it's no biggie. I think the 2-minute is pretty clear. If we get a strong closure here, I will trust it from this gap. Get strong closure, but maybe we get a BPR. If this candle trades down and then explodes higher, where did I put my entry? I could put an entry here. I could put a buy stop there. 5 cons. Stop loss on that. Let's go 4 cons. Perfect 125 risk. All right, let's try it. Risking 125 bucks. Stop at the low. Hate this to ticks. TikTok will flag my ass. Okay. Risking 125 bucks. Obviously trading this with micros. You see minis because I'm charting the mini, but again, the goal is to trade this with the micro. I could get stopped, in which case we take out this low, in which case I'll just re-enter long again. But in the meantime, I don't care about this TP. Just throw that up there. We'll see what we get here. Just going into the macro. I'm very comfortable with this risk. $120 per account. I think we'll at least take out this green line on the Nasdaq, and then from there we'll see what we get. Yeah, from there we'll see what we get. If it's gonna get there, we'll see. You know, who knows? So the main low-hanging fruit objective is 890 on the Nasdaq. TP? No TP, brother. We see what we get. Already, I'm asking myself, where can I move my stop, and when can I add a contract? We'll get that. It was a pretty premium entry, so. I could move my stop here to 7.5. Maybe once you break above the high, I can put the stop here. Yeah, I think 7.5 is a logical stop loss placement. All right, let's go ahead and move the stop to 7.725. Still is the risk slightly, not by much. It was at 120. Now we're risking 95. So, and just buying out the sense that we get a breaker in here. So, you know, somewhat reduce the stop loss. Just copying correctly. So maybe if I get lucky, market comes down here, trades back like here, I can buy one. Even something like this would be fine. I could buy one there, move stop, like that would be nice. I think that's a little bit too lucky if I'm being honest, but see. If this trade fails, I'll be waiting for this low to be taken and then try one more time. And if whatever happens on that trade will be likely my last. I want to look for an opportunity to add. That's what I want. Kind of slow, but we'll give the macro a chance. Looks like NQ is a little bit stronger. Already made a couple higher highs on the 1 minute. Yeah, I think Nasdaq can reach 891. I think Nasdaq can reach 891 on this leg, before potential stop out. And if we get above here, I can move my stop here, which would be nice. I don't know if I can add, but if we get a strong candle here, I'll move my stop. I'll move my stop there. Stop placement. I don't know if I can move my stop there actually. Taking a bit long. Nasdaq should get 890 here, and then we have to be very careful with the trade if Nasdaq gets 890, because that's where we can start getting into lunch retracement ideas. Not really seeing too much positive feedback on the S&P. We'll see if Nasdaq candle explodes higher. If that happens, I'll probably just break even the trade and just hope at that point. Got the breaker. We're working inside that range. See if this candle can flip and expand. Okay, Nasdaq should get 890 here. At this point in time, there's 890. I'm just going to go break even, and we'll just see what the market gives me. I don't normally like trading like this, but I am cautious because of the SMT. I am cautious because it's safety protocol, and I am cautious because it's lunch, which means we could see a more significant retracement against me. So we're gonna sit it at break even and see if we can get speed above this high on the S&P. It's not the worst break even because there is an inversion for value gap here with the breaker. Assuming that there is a gap here that we could trade into, in which case it'll stop me. But again, so my stop is at 82.25. See what we get if we can get above the high here. So a little bit better on the Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq long would have been a little bit better, a lot more pronounced. I guess the target was clearer. So we'll see if we can get above this high. That'd be first step. Break the SMT. Realistically, stop can go to 8275. So if we want to secure a little bit of money, swing low. Actually, 8250. Yeah, so it's not in our hands anymore. We managed risk. We did our job. There's a small gap in here. We'll see if that supports higher prices. It's not like our stop loss makes no sense, right? It's aggressive, obviously, but we'll see what we get here. I love watching unprofitable people in the chat coping with terrible price action. Yeah, it's not even terrible. I mean, how can this be terrible? The market expanded like quite a lot, you know? If you missed it, doesn't mean it was terrible. Like the only argument for terrible price action is price action that literally just goes sideways. If it just goes sideways, okay, it's terrible. Well, you don't trade then. Can you review my trade on NQ? I entered off 1009 macro inversion. You entered short? 1009? Oh, the inversion at 1009. Yeah, that's a good trade, bro. That's valid. Yeah, that's valid. I was looking at that trade. I opted out of it, but it's a good trade. You don't see shorts here? No, it could definitely move lower. That's why I'm sitting at break even. Even if it was shorts here, though, you can't really ask for more than like this. That's about as far as I would expect as an easy objective for shorts. So I'm not going to short it, even if it breaks lower. I'm going to just leave it. I want to be a long participant today. If today wants to trend higher, I'll be, try to capture that. Otherwise, that's it for me. Fun and X Rapid, worth it. It's a good account to get a payout on. Yeah. Like, see, already the fact ES is not going through the high is kind of a red flag. Now, luckily, I'm just sitting it at break even, so actually, it's plus $10. So we're just waiting. How do you add into a position? Like, how do they correlate with your stop loss? Because I've never done it. You could click buy one, and your entry is going to move slightly. Your stop loss will stay the same, but the dollar amount will move. So you have to adjust your stop loss. No, Funnex didn't get shut down. Funnex is a great firm. Created it because of the equal lows. What equal lows? Can you name quickly all the confluences? 1050 macro from the fair value gap. Took it off the inversion. Probably going to get stopped out break even because we have an SMT here. Hoping we don't make a lower low. Meaning we can potentially, I'm not really expecting much, but potentially respect this price leg that we're currently trading in. Little micro structure, 15-second chart. SMT is against us, right? So even if it wasn't against us, not trying to hate, but every time I click on your live, you take a loss or go break even. I mean, you definitely haven't been showing up because we're on like a huge ass win streak. Got 7 payouts this month. So I think you're definitely just trying to hate because you're definitely not doing something right. Can you quickly name all the confluences? Yeah, that's it. 1050 macro protraction model. It's a part of trading. Uh, yeah, I mean that definitely is a part of trading, but I mean like that's definitely not what's happening to me right now. Not that I'm ashamed of being a loser on stream. I lose all the time on stream. You know, nothing to be ashamed about in my opinion. But I'm currently like been trading the best I ever have been. You know, so have a good luck. You don't need luck, brother. You just need risk management. My last trade this session will be a short to that low. Yeah, I mean it's not a bad trade. I mean, if I had to guess, I think this is more likely to go down than up. I think we can take out this low and potentially this low. So there we get stopped out. Plus $10. Um, across all the accounts, I guess, which is $90, bro. It adds up. I'm gonna close this because I got out on my funded. Yeah, I think this will go lower, unfortunately. But we did our job. We managed risk. You know, we saw the opportunity for the easy objective on Nasdaq. Um, could it go higher? Yeah, actually could. The 5 minute gap. I would assume lower. Like I would assume lower because oh shit, there's a lot of speed right there. I would assume lower for the next like for lunch because we haven't really ran any sell side yet. You know, it's been pretty one sided. Um, it's been pretty one sided this entire session. So yeah, you know, I'm not gonna short it, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did. I'd rather just save my capital for along another day, most likely. We can watch it though. We can tape read it together. So, say you entered short. Say the next candle. You still need some confirmation, right? I mean, the CISD would have been nice. We didn't quite get that. Didn't quite get the CISD. Let's say you shorted it on that candle 50%. Okay, let's just say hypothetically you got to fill right here. We can tape read a trade like this. I wouldn't take this, but today was frustrating, but you had to wait for a good setup. This action was garbage. Not really. How do you copy trade? Could we copy trade Apex and Top Step? Yeah, but you have to pay for a third-party copier. How come you're trading ES? I've been trading ES for a while, brother. 50 minutes to the upside. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more 50-50 right now. I would have already expected it to be like down here if it was bearish. So I'm kind of getting 50-50 vibes. But I don't really have a target anymore. So I can't really long. I mean, besides the equal highs. Myth, we talked about this multiple times, brother. Multiple times. Which candle? 1016? Thank you. 1016. 1016 is pretty late. I'm not gonna lie. 1016 is late. I'd say an entry above here or here is probably what you want. Unless you're talking about Nasdaq. Still probably late though. It's not as late. It's not bad. Just a no news Monday. Why is everyone saying this price action is bad? What's wrong? What's bad about this price action? Like pretty good. I mean, not much opportunity. You know, you can't complain. Like it did exactly what you kind of expected it to do. Saying bad. Bad price action because they didn't win. Yeah. Will you ever learn? When will you ever learn? What is the average wait in between trades? The average time, brother, I have no idea. Sometimes 10 seconds, sometimes 1 day, brother. People just throw that around not knowing what it means. There's really no such thing as bad price action. Like what? There's really no such thing as bad price action. There's always somebody winning and somebody losing. There's price action that doesn't give your model opportunity, if that's what you want to say is bad. But then don't just call it bad. This price action is bad. What the hell does that even mean? Bad. Bad for you? Meaning you struggle? That I don't know. Macro indicator? I don't use a macro. I don't have any indicators. On TradeAvate, you can see the average trade time. No, he's saying the average time in between trades. AKA, he's asking me, how long do I need to wait for you to take your next trade? What's your take on trading size for your account? What are you comfortable with? I risk 1% on my live account. There is 0.25% on my funded account. Up to 0.3. Do you have statistics on how many times Monday AM keeps going in one direction? No. Too many variables to do that test. No new, just Monday wouldn't be enough. But I do have statistics on which lows are likely to be taken and which ones are not. AKA, protraction model is very profitable. There's bad price action, bro. Stop trying to be philosophical. Yeah. I genuinely do wish you guys best. What is that line of NQ, bro? I don't have that line. It's an old daily high. I was trying to get one consistent day. I'm up 98 after 2 break-even long. Should I hop off? What account are you working on? Can you please annotate 1009 macro inversion extend and then look at the 1040 for him to do it? Why do you want me to do all that, bro? If that's your model, that's good, bro. I'm proud of you for trading your model. Alpha? Is it Alpha 0? When I said 1%, I'm in my live account 1%. So if you have $100,000, risk $1,000. On my funded accounts, 0.25%. Do you recommend funded next rapid to get my first payout? If you want your first payout, I'd recommend Alpha 0. If you can't use Alpha 0, then funded next rapid's not a bad option. It's standard? I mean, what I would do is I'd risk that $100, bro. If you're up like $100, I would risk that $100. Don't force a trade, but I would risk. I'm just saying me, not you, me. I would risk that $100 to try to make it more, and if I lose, I'd walk away. Took one trade, break even. You can full port it, but you have to do it in 2 trades. So you could full port, but then get half the job done, and you got to complete the other half. Yadi, what do you think of the trade, brother? It was on NQ. I don't think it's a bad trade. But Vince, why do you always ask me about, do you think my trade was good? If you followed your rules, your trade was good, brother. That's the best trade you can possibly take, is the one that follows your rules, you know? If you don't have rules, that's probably why you keep asking me, you know? Like, you don't really understand your model well enough. You know, like, it just makes no sense. It doesn't make sense, you know? You can't be second guessing your model. If you have to ask me, Gaddy, is the trade I took good? I don't know, man. Depends on your model, right? Did it meet the criteria of your model and system? If so, then it's a great trade, you know? If you don't have a model or system, then that's what you have to ask. I said it so we can study it. I don't want to study that. I don't want to study your model. I want to study my model. My model, traction model here, traction model here, traction model here, which I faded, thankfully, would have lost. And now there's potential short reversal lunch macro. I want to study your model, bro. You have a model based on first presentation? No, but it can be a confluence to my classic model. If people think loss equals didn't trade good rather than focusing on what they did correct, like following the rule. Yeah. You can full port CPI on Alpha Standard eval, but you can only get half the amount, 1,500. YM and ES shorts could be in play. Lunch retracement to sell side. Yeah, that's what I think is possible. YM already took sell side, so we'll see what the others can do. Thanks for the advice. I'll look for another setup. Low key, should I wait till PM? I'd probably just come back in PM. Yeah. Come into your live to advise you. It's funny, yeah. Sometimes people do that. FOMC good for full port eval? It's not a bad idea. Should I do my Apex accounts on FOMC? Ooh. No, I might as well wait for CPI. There's no point in messing around with 10. One CPI, the 11th? There's 10 Apex accounts. We're going to go for it. Maybe I'll do it on live stream with you guys. No, when I ask you is what I want to see your point of view algorithmically. I have my system and checklist. I just want to see how you judge it. I would judge it based on your system and checklist, brother. You get me? Is it a good trade? If it meets your system and checklist. If you told me I trade bull flags, and you show me a bull flag setup, it's a great trade, brother. Is it aggressive? No, I'm not aggressive. But I can tell that some of you guys don't have the right mindset, and I'm trying to help you guys, believe it or not. You know, always asking. I'm not hating. You can ask, but let me try to understand something here. Why is it you always ask me? Not hating, but why is it you always ask me to review your trade? Is this a good trade that I took or tape read, brother? If it's your model, it's a good trade. You know, or if you want me to say, Gaddy, look at this. Do you think this is good? But it's your model. I don't know. My model, I study when I make my ICT algorithmic, call it whatever you want, annotations, I'm annotating my model on the charts, you know? I'm not trying to find a new way to enter. I'm trying to find where my model formed, played out, and failed. And I can see my model formed here, but obviously I'm not taking that deep retraction. So that's one that failed, which I didn't take. There's one here that formed, and I didn't take this one, didn't trust it, but I can study that price run, right? There's one here that I didn't take, again, which is a good fade. There's one here that I did take, formed, and it played out somewhat, but obviously ended up fizzling out. And that's the annotations I'm going to make. I want to study my model. It wasn't about reviewing the trade. It was about seeing what price did so you could help the viewers understand what price respects and delivers off of. It's not about models. It is 100% about models. Because I could sit here and tell you, okay, guys, today price opened. We got a higher high. Retracement, higher high. Retracement, higher high. Retracement, higher high. Retracement. That's what price did. What did price do today? Price went up. How you want to read the price run is not the same way that everyone else reads the price run. Why am I mad? I'm not mad. Do I see that's not mad? Stick to your own rules and trade. Like I wouldn't want to sit like you want to dive into deep. Like, the way ICT would teach is he teaches everything. That way you can choose how you want to read it, right? Like see how it's a great example. See how you're so focused on that one macro inversion and you keep telling me, look how price moved off the macro inversion. Look how price moved. You've been telling me for the last hour. Look at the macro PD rate. Yeah, that's because that's how you read price. Nothing wrong with that, right? But not everyone is going to read price based on the macro PD rate. There's 1,000 ways to read price here. I could mark out only the wicks and be like, all right, guys, today price moved from discount wick here. And you see we got to bounce off that 50%. And then we traded back into the discount wick here. This is why you should only focus on the discount wicks when bullish, and this is how price moves. Like, you get me? I could. Then again, I could go sit there and mark every single PD array, which would just be also pointless. So there are things more precise than other, and we want to be as precise as possible, don't we? You want to be as precise as possible to your model. If you want to learn my model, yeah, it's on YouTube, but you don't have to learn my model. Market broke on QQQ. Did it really? No, why? It's bullish. There's a 10% discount on alpha. Not much more. Hopefully they come with more. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but for you guys, I guess. I just want to see your point of view in entering there. Like, why wouldn't you enter back comps with flag candles? Why wouldn't I enter there? Okay, that's a good question. This answer I can give you. Well, 1016. Well, first, if I was to enter there, my entry would have been once this candle closed. That's my protraction model. Okay, this candle that formed right here. If I wanted to hypothetically, I could have taken the entry here, right, with stop loss here. I wanted to see a more, because it's 1015. I wanted to see a move. Was it the 15-minute gap? I think I was looking at. I wanted to see a move. Oh, the 30-minute gap. I think. I wanted to demand that this low got taken. Why? Not because that setup is bad. Not because this setup is bad, right? But I wanted to see it come back and take a clear sell. Is this a bad trade? No. Does it form my model? Yes. 1016 is a little bit late in my opinion. This is ES, so I know you said Nasdaq, but let me check Nasdaq. Took it off the fair value. Yeah, I mean either way, it's the same entry. You know, whether you're entering on this candle's closure or that candle's retracement, it's the same entry. It's my protraction model long. I didn't take it because of the time and how deep premium we were, and I needed a more profound retracement. That 1 minute sweep of the low was not enough for me to take the long at that time. I needed to see a deeper move lower. Deeper move lower. Sell side. That's all. It's not that it's a bad long. I would have preferred a better long. You know, I wanted a better long. Um, what was your point before? So like why I didn't take it? Yeah, that I can answer every time. Very good answer. I can give you a very good answer every time. I thought you were asking me what do you think about my trade. That's a different. I can't really answer that question. I can tell you what I would think about my trade. My trades, you know, you get me? You get what I'm saying? I'm just very precise when people ask me questions. Whoa. Oh shoot! I just clicked the button. Accidentally turned on my. I don't think you guys know what happened. I accidentally turned my TV on to PC. All right, where we go? Where are we at here? What do you think of the fact we have into SMT? There's enough to compensate the. Could it be enough? It could be. It could be. Like I said, it's not a bad trade. I was just personally waiting for an even better one. Check gold long is forming. What was that all-time highs? Oh no, there's an all-time high here. I mean, you could take it to all-time highs. I don't know what the. It's not a bad trade. I won't sit here and say it's a bad trade. It's possible. When the other question is, do you believe the macro PD rates are higher probability than the other PD rates? Not necessarily the macro PD rates are higher probability, like because this PD rate. It all depends on the context and narrative. If I told you we're gonna move higher and we have a macro PD rate that's bullish in close proximity, then it's probably gonna hold. But if we reach the daily target, like you get what I'm saying? Again, it's all gonna come down to the context. If we have a target higher and the market's bullish, then the PD rate is good. You know? If I told you, like, for example, Trading Co, if I told you, okay, we took out the target right here, hypothetically, and then, oh, but there's a 1050 macro PD rate, it doesn't matter. The market's moving lower, right? So you wait for, you know, it's all about context for me. Draw liquidity target is most important. How much can you approximately make trading? Infinitely, approximately. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, yeah, ideally you want setups in the macro, right? Like that would be most of my best trades are in the macro. So I do think it's in a very important time. For me, just one break even income. How do you think this S&P is going to move NQ? Looks like it's going to move it sideways. I mean, it's been moving sideways for some time. But when volume is this low, is this bad PA? In my opinion, bad price action. No, but there's no such thing as bad. Like, I'll tell you why there's no such thing as bad price, in my opinion. If market just moves sideways, okay? The market just moves sideways, only sideways. No opportunities. That's not bad. That's the market telling me today's a not trading day. Doesn't mean it's bad. The market saved me. Thankfully, the market didn't present me models and then just consolidate. In my opinion, the only argument for like bad price action is where your model continuously forms clearly and then fails. That kind of rarely happens though, you know? Like sometimes like for example, when there's a bunch of volatility spikes that are just unpredictable that keep stopping you out, for example. Okay, that's like what the hell, you know, there's nothing you can do. But if the market just does this, Okay, don't trade. It's not a bad price. A day off. Just, you know, like, it's a day off. The only thing that's, again, it's not bad, by the way. It's just difficult. That means that is bad. I don't think it means bad. I think it means difficult. I think even using the word bad is detrimental to your success. It's not bad. If the market is going sideways and telling you, hey, don't trade me, oh man, this PH sucks. Like we can sit there and cry about it. It's not bad. It's untradeable price action. Come back another time. The reason you think it's bad, if you say it's bad, it means because you're showing up every day expecting to take a trade. That's not my goal. I don't want to take a trade. When I show up here, I don't want to take a trade. So it's actually great price action. If the market just wants to consolidate and give me no opportunities, okay, thank you. I saved my money. That's great price action for me. Call me delusional. Call me like it's delusional. I think you're delusional, brother. So I guess we can agree. You know, if I'm showing up with the mindset I don't want to take a trade, I'm here to preserve my capital, and the market gives me the perfect price action to preserve my capital. That's a wonderful price action day. That's thank you. The market made it easy for me. You're showing up to make money. Market goes sideways. Oh man, this PA sucks. Yeah, of course it sucks for you. You're trying to show up to make money. So I have a different mindset completely than you. I would never force my model on you, brother. No, I know, brother. I know. I didn't take it like that. I didn't take it like that. Again, I wasn't even trying to be hard on you, man. I just want to make sure that um that you had conviction, really. You know, I want you to build your own conviction to a degree. I have no problem outlining why I wouldn't take a trade. But why I don't take a trade will probably be different to why you don't take a trade. Good, Jordy. Do you trade ICT? Yeah. Appreciate you, JR Solo. NQ shorts? Like I said, I think the draw is this low. And I actually want to wait for it to get taken so I can finish my journal annotation. Is there an actual reason why the macros work, or is it just something that people noticed? Good question. I mean, the way ICT teaches it, he said it's a specific time or a specific code is run. If you want to believe that. If you want something a little bit more less mysterious, I think it's pretty much when there's unfinished business for a certain range expansion, it would make sense that the first 10 minutes, like, it would just make sense, you know, statistically and mathematically speaking, that it would get done in that time. When you trade in consolidation, especially when it's on seek and destroy mode, you shouldn't be trading. If you're trading your results, that's on you, but that's not a good condition to be trading. Yeah, but isn't that great? Like, wouldn't you say that that's great? The market is telling you, "Hello, do not trade me." That's wonderful. Exactly. So we agree. In the long run, you skip the bad price action, and you will have less losses. Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that what you want? You want the market to go sideways and consolidate? Then you don't take a trade. You avoided the loss. It's perfect. It's absolutely best case scenario, right? Saying that to newbies is misleading. I didn't say trade consolidation. I said when the market is choppy, it's telling you don't trade me. And that's good information. The market is clearly saying, do not take a trade on me. Oh, you never said bad condition to trade in. You said this PA sucks. This PA is bad. But now you're switching up what you were arguing before. Is it a bad condition to trade in? Of course it is. You should probably not trade when the market's going sideways. I would agree. Does that mean price action is bad? No. Price action is good. It's telling you, don't trade me. It's clear. It's obvious. Good price action. The market is telling you exactly what you need to be taking in. Don't trade me. I don't have a definition of bad price action. I don't mind seek and destroy, personally. Maybe I misunderstood. Bad condition is one thing, and that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm just being stubborn, but in my opinion, there's no such thing as bad price action. There's conditions in which you don't want to trade, and that's it. I think just the idea why it's so bad is because I don't think you realize significance of how often people just blame bad price action. I think people need to just get that out of their head completely. Bad condition to trade your model in is different than this is bad price action. Bad price action is a cope. That's all it is. It's a coping method. Price action was bad. Why? Why was it bad? Give me one reason why price action could be bad. You think PM will consolidate considering the AM move? It depends what lunch does. To be honest, I don't have any more daily targets though, so I think it could be range bound because I besides like 6996.75. Exactly, choppy is a nice way the market's telling you to stay out. Isn't that a good thing? I don't have any more long targets, so PM session like officially starts at 1:30. Could this continue? Like, could it make a higher high? Like, it could make a higher high, but I don't really have a clear target. The biggest cope. I agree. It's literally just cope. Some traders have criteria that frequently interest in even choppy viewed a bad PA. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna say when the market is going sideways. You know, there's algorithms just firing off, making money. Like, there's always somebody making money. So, for one, there's literally no such thing as bad price action. It's subjective, right? But let me ask you a question, Shakal. I'm assuming your name's Shakal. For anyone in chat who believes there's such thing as bad price action, give me a reason. Like, why would price action be bad? Like, what does that mean? Like, what is bad price action? Well, org was pretty significant today. I mean, we almost filled it completely on Nasdaq, which is pretty rare that we didn't. But ES got 25% fill. You can see it here on the Nasdaq, and this is org on ES. Does anyone have a reason? Worst conditions for your model. So meaning like not a good opportunity for your model, right? So that's why we consider bad price action. Is that what you're saying? Higher time frames closing in on each other. Okay, here. This is great. I can assume to this. So someone said higher time frames close in each other, large wicks, short bodies. I agree with you. Okay, in terms of, let's just say we'll call it bad price action for now. But wouldn't you say, future, that if the market is giving you that information, that's actually good price action? Because it's telling you don't trade me, you know? Unless your one goal is to make money today, I have to make money today. Okay, sure, then it's bad price action. But your goal isn't to make, my goal isn't to make money today. My goal is to make money over the course of a long period of time. So if the market's gonna, if I show up and the market is telling me, hey, don't trade me today, thank you. Day off. Good price. I don't have to risk any money today. That's great. It's great. In my opinion, that's great price action. Thank you for telling me that it's very obviously not a good time to take a trade. Exactly. It's a positive signal. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. When it's liquidating highs and lows and you can't get a clean entry, that's bad price action. I would say that's great price action. The market's not presenting any clean entries for me. Thank you. I don't have to take a trade then. I preserve my capital and I accomplish my goal for the day. It's how you define bad price action. But I think I don't have a definition for bad price action. That's what I'm trying to get at, but I don't think I can convince most people. I don't think there's anything that's just bad price action. There's maybe difficult price action to read, so don't blame the price action. Just say that I can't read this price action. I don't have this skills, experience, or understanding. That's one, right? Price action that's not ideal to trade with your model. In my opinion, that's great price action. If the market can clearly tell me that it's not a good time to trade my model, then thank you. I love that. That's probably one of the best things the market can tell me. Right? Price like this, exactly. You get a day off. You know? I just think the word bad price action is a cope. I don't know if people are just being general, like throwing it in there. But if you just say, oh, price action is bad. If there's too many days with bad for your model, then it's are less opportunities to test it in the long run. Then maybe it's not the price action. Maybe it's your model. If there's so many days that the market's telling you, don't trade me, don't trade me, don't trade me, and you're a day trader, then it's not the price action. It's probably just your model, right? If I had my system that there's bad PA and I don't get in if I had in my system that there's bad price action and I don't, but what's bad about it? Take your myth. ICC. I've been hearing that a lot. What the hell is ICC, bro? ICC. What is that? ICC trading strategy. I've been hearing that indication, correction, continuation. That is that what it is? This shit. Couldn't even paste it in. I don't know anything about that. You trade ICC? I mean, it sounds like retracement and continuation, so I guess it's pretty simple, right? It's bullshit. I mean, it's candle continuations. I mean, that's what candles do sometimes. They continue what the last one did. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's bad. I consider a I consider a no to get involved. That means bad. I get you. So I guess my issue, not my issue with you is, but my issue with that statement is to me that tells me that your goal is to get into a trade and take a trade. You know what I mean? And I personally believe that that's a bad goal. I think your goal, you should show up not expecting to take a trade, not wanting to take a trade, you know? And your goal is just to preserve capital. If your goal is to, oh, I have to make money today, I have to take a trade, of course, price action's bad because it didn't let you accomplish your goal. My goal is to preserve capital. So if the market shows me bad price action where I can't trade, well, really, that's good price action. It's semantics. I don't think it's semantics. I think there's a very big difference between having a goal of not taking a trade and preserving capital than having the goal to make money. Of course, it's bad for you. For me, it's not bad. Like when I genuinely say like this is great, I mean it. Like I dead ass. I'm 100% dead ass. I mean it. I'm thankful that the market just continued to consolidate here. Gaddy, I was in a short on NQ. Should I have been in a profit when ES got? You got stop break even? No, I think you manage risk. That's good. Took the one trade break even here. Confucius. Yeah. I mean, listen. I've read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books. And there's something that 90% of traders do, and I'm trying to do the opposite. That's why we're having this argument right now. People show up trying to take a trade and make money. I show up not trying to take a trade, and I show up to not lose money. The opposite. Yeah, I was in a short NQ shot. I think I already answered, but I'll answer it again. I think because you managed, yeah, you did a good job managing risk. Yeah, obviously there was an SMT there, but you did good, bro. I mean, you managed risk. It didn't continue lower. I personally thought it was gonna go lower. I was wrong. I think what it is. Are we looking at the same chat? I'm on YouTube stream as well. What time is it? 11:30. Wait, was there a bootcamp meeting 11:30? All right, let's make some annotations. Also, I hope I didn't. I wasn't trying to like. I hope I didn't come off rude or anything to anybody. But I do think I'll say one thing. I do think reading a lot of the psychology books will change a lot of your guys' mindsets and how you approach trading day to day, week to week, month to month. Um, I think it does make a pretty big difference. Makes a big difference. I mean, not much to outline here. We took out some daily highs. I guess the one thing I want to say is NQ hit out that daily high. What level? What time did it hit out that daily high? Oh damn, NQ just pumped right there. 1052. Can you quickly mark order for me on Nasdaq or ES? NQ? Yeah. By the way, I saw your question before. I answered it, but I think you missed it. This is my org. Oh, MNQH? I can switch to MNQH and mark it. It's the same as NQ, so I'll just go back to NQ. You gotta come off rude for certain people. Can you recommend me some books? I recommend starting with Trading in the Zone. It's like a more generic approach to how you can improve your mindset and become a better trader. I would start with that. I think it's a good starting point. That I can find online. You can probably find them all online, if I'm being honest. What's your confluences? I have a trade checklist that requires 6 criteria for me to take a trade. It's in the Discord for free. I'd probably say that's your best bet if you want to have same conviction level as me. Can you show how much you market from beginning to end? Okay. Just look at the right chart here. Let's switch to regular trading hours. So remember, you want to mark out. So say you put the tool, mark out the closing price on Friday. So see that Friday, January 23rd, 1614, closing price of that candle. Then the opening price, and I completely did it wrong now that I'm reading it. The opening price here. Oh no, I don't think I did it wrong. I don't know. The opening price of 930. So 1614 close, opening price 930, and I think I may have marked it wrong. Yeah, I think I did mark. I don't know actually. I'm starting to. I don't know. Can't really tell now, but that's what it is. You almost done trading in the zone. Once you finish trading in the zone, I think honestly my favorite book might be Best Loser Wins. I wish I read that book when I first started. Oh my days, would have made such a big difference. I can't even begin to explain how big of a difference Best Loser Win, because I'm reading Best Loser Win. Like I read Best. I'm reading like, how do I explain this? I finished the book Best Loser Wins, and the concepts in the book I learned over like 2 years of trading, and I'm like I learned the stuff myself. Like I had those oh my god moments myself in my journey, and then in the book he's saying like all these things that I had to come to my own conclusion on my own time after so many losses. I was like for example, you guys know how important pyramiding is for me, right? Pyramiding and stop loss, like cutting trades and riding winners. I talk about it all the time. Pyramiding is very important to me, right? And I read the book after I've already figured this out. I've been showing you guys this for like almost a year now. And in the book, like one of the final-ish pages, he talks about like next time you ask yourself, where do I take profit? Delete that mindset because that's what everyone else thinks. And instead ask yourself, where can I add a contract? Where can I add? So not take away, but add. Opposite of what everyone else thinks. And I'm like, holy shit. You know? I figured that out 2 years of struggling, you know? And he's just saying it like that straight, like straight to the point. And I was like, I wish I did that 2 years ago. Yeah, you can start with Best Loser Wins. I mean, they're all good. It's not like they contradict each other or anything. So, um, it's a really easy read too. I really like it. I think it might be my favorite. You no longer take TPs. I no longer set to take profit. No. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not gonna set to take profit anymore. Implement that with props. If you need to build a buffer, after your buffer is built, of course you can hold. Wouldn't holding help you build a buffer though? So you just ride the trade until your winning trade runs out. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. You know. Now, obviously, if there's very like specific points of time or like levels that I think like, okay, this is like literally my max. Okay, I'll be very aggressive and basically just take profit. But I'm not gonna set a TP and be like, let it hit. I'll still drag it. Like, for example, like I told like this is my final target for the day. If you can see on YouTube, 10:52. So like, would I close it there? Maybe not. Like set a TP line, but like I understand that it's 10:52. Now we may like obviously not just put the TP and forget it, but obviously sometimes like it's lunch, we reached the daily target, we've expanded the entire day, we're at the average daily range. So I'm basically what I'm saying is every single time I set a TP, I'm always gonna set it if I'm gonna set it at the best case scenario. Like the aim for something extreme, outrageous, outlandish, the best case scenario, and and then forget about it, and then just take what the market gives you. You know, just take what the market gives you. I won't go live in PM. Um, no, I won't go live in PM. Quite tricky. Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you have live trailing drawdown, then yeah, that is difficult. But most prop firms have end of day trailing drawdown, in which case the buffer and holding would help you actually. I will be live for FOMC morning and afternoon. Won't be trading the morning, but we'll be trading the afternoon. PM session. I'll tell you what my thoughts are. I think we've already reached like the daily max. Oh, look at that. That's good stuff. We've already reached somewhat like the daily max. Like I don't know how much higher we can really go today. Um, so you get what I'm saying? Like I would, I might look to trade. Um, it's gonna be tough. Like all my targets were hit. If I'm being honest, if I'm being honest, yeah. And I don't want to short, so it's a tough one. Anyways, boys, I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. No, it took one break even trade today. Appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. I will see you guys live tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Let me journal with you guys so you guys can see I'm not hiding shit. Uh, you know, break even. Keeping track of this journal account together. Same thing, same trade on the funded. It's not like anything. Actually, doesn't matter. Same stuff on the funded. Um, of $10 across each funded account. Break even trade. And there's not much annotation to make here. Um, I'm gonna put this here. That's gonna be my journal, pretty much. Daily high. Now I would have expected YM to maybe be a little bit more expansive, but I think NQ is just playing catch up now. So that's why we're seeing this consolidation here. It's because I think we're gonna get a new all-time highs, and I think they all want to do it together, synchrony and one. So or stream journal. Stream journal. Monday, January 26, 2026. AM session. One trade net results plus 0.25%. Took one long. Traction model. Potentially catch a lunge trend. Got break even. Lunge retracement. Was not really anticipating much anyway. That's all as most daily targets. were reached. And I'll put that in there too. So if you guys don't know, I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna be journaling every single stream. Sorry, every single trade we take on stream. Um, just to keep track. Obviously, this is a paper account, but just to keep track of my stream performance. It's the same trades I take on funded, and sometimes the same trades I take on live stream. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not much to study here for me. Let me make sure we have no entries here. So I don't know. I may take a trade because what profit? I recommend Alpha Futures, man. That's the best firm. To be honest, that's the best firm. I appreciate you guys coming through into the live stream. I will see you guys live tomorrow with 1954 account. Yes, I grouped it in 6-hour intervals for that. I'm assuming you're talking about the test I talked about. I grouped it into 6-hour intervals, so just because it's easiest, then I can divide it by 4. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Should I get a funded account if I'm copying someone else's trades? I mean, what else were you copying them on? It's so cold in Toronto. Oh yeah, no. I'm in Toronto, bro. It's fucking freezing. Thankfully, I live in an apartment, so it's survivable. Um, yeah, no. It's awful. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. Yeah, put that. Well, yeah, again, appreciate you guys coming through live stream. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Stay safe, take care, and boot camp. I'll see you guys at 12 p.m. Eastern.